welcome to another average angler match fishing video. I've done an intro today because I've been caught out by thinking that the match started at 10:30 when it actually started at 10, so I've had to scurry around, quickly chuck my nets in and start fishing. I'm at Landsend on a club match with the Mendip Nomads. I've drawn peg 21 and I'm told that the fish have been in this area, although the open match yesterday, one gentleman, Russ, he managed to weigh 50 odd pound, win the match, and everybody else's weight combined wouldn't have beaten him. So it's very peggy, and also you've got to be probably on the right tactics at the right time. £10 was second on the match, so catching some bits and bobs if things are hard is an option. So I'm just out in the minute dobbing. I'm going super tight over because it's really super shallow tight over in front of me there, and I've just got big. I'm dobbing quite deep at the moment, just where it starts to slope up the far bank there. But I'm just doing full depth, letting it sink through to start with, see if I can get any indications of any fish there, and I can start messing about with depths if I get some indications. But at the moment I'm getting nothing, but obviously I've only just been putting, and I'll dab all across this far bank before I do anything else. I'm thinking if I don't catch dobbing over, then I'm going to set up a line with maggot, pellet maybe to start with, and then drop to maggot and just like nig tiny amount of bait and just fish it out, see what bites I can get, and if I can get some bites, go with it, and then if the bites dry up, to move. Hopefully that wind's not affecting you too much, guys. I've got a bomb set up if the wind gets up, and I've got two pegs to my right and one peg to my left, so I might flick the bomb and bread if things are hard into areas but I can't reach with a pole. That's just sat down a little bit of the float there. Maybe there's something interested in that. Yep, so that's where we are. I've not put any bait in or anything yet. I'm not going to be putting in a big amount of bait today. It's going to be tip tapping. The weight ain't right for it. And I'll let you know what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But like I said, I've been caught out a little bit by the setup time today, and by the fact that I had a bit too much to drink last night, and I'm trying to get my head straight while I was setting up, and etc, etc. So I will leave you there, and hopefully if I haven't caught anything within an hour, I'll give you an update, or hopefully the next time you see me I've got a fish on. Hello everyone. Right, about 45 minutes in, I had a little dob around over, but it was hard work in the wind, and I've not got a lot of confidence in dobbing when I'm not dobbing against features, and I don't feel like I can get tight enough over with the wind that we've got and control a rig and the line, etc, over in that far bank without just becoming a disaster to try and dob real tight yard, and so I've given up on dobbing. I did have a little dob to the platforms either side of me, but no signs either. And so what I've done now is just gone down into my deepest water rig, where I plumb this line until it just starts to come off the deck. So I'm a few inches shallower than the deepest water, so I know I'm not on a silty nasty bottom, but it's nice and steady slope there. Tapped in some 1mm pellets, and I'm fishing a 2mm expander over the top. I've had 3 roach and a Crucian, which, is better than nothing. Doesn't even weigh a fat lot of anything. I haven't got a pound even for those 4 fish, so they're not very big. But it's a start. I've put some bait in, I've had a response, and I've caught some fish, so that gives me something to work on. I'll just stick the cameras on and see if I can nick one for you whilst you're here, but it probably won't happen. Like for every 5 minutes or so, they're quite slow. I'm really resisting the temptation to put more bait in at this point. I don't want to blow my peg too early. Although I'm thinking I might just tap a little bit more in a minute and just see whether I can get some more, more fish to just to come into the swim. And my thinking with this line is, as soon as you can't get a bite anymore, just move. It's that time of year where the fish are not going to come to you in any great numbers. And just trying to catch them Crucians and their F1s that are in here. Is what this line's all about, and then you might pick up the odd carp if you're lucky. Definitely towing left to right. So if we can get the rig to sit properly and nice, it tows against the wind. Got quite a long lash on, so that I don't have to worry about the wind too much, but also just to keep the rig away from the pole tip, away from the water. And I might shorten it in a bit if the fishing's good. I might just shorten it. But whilst it's hard and I'm only getting odd bites, I'm just going to play it cautious and just keep the pole tip away from the water. It might just mean I can't move in more readily, or a better stump fish might be happier to move in where underneath, where there's can't see the pole. Might be totally irrelevant. I've had to put a back shot on, obviously, to control all that line in the wind. Doesn't seem to be a too negative effect on the fishing at the moment. Rig's sitting quite nicely, considering it's quite a light rig. Fishing just touching bottom. Just trying to nick these fish when I can. That was a little touch there. Couldn't strike, so I was fighting the wind. Might be time for a top up. This is the longest I've gone without a bite, really. Yeah, I'm just going to top it. Right, didn't manage to catch one for you, but I thought I'd give you a little update. 45 minutes in, you've probably got 6 ounces. Cheers. Got a Farlock skimmer. Farlock skimmer here, guys. So just after just over an hour and 10 minutes in. Thought I'd turn the cameras on. I've just had about 10 minutes ago a nice black skimmer, sort of getting them for £2. At the moment, it feels like the skimmers are over there, but they're not on the bottom. I feel like the skimmer that I had was hooked outside the mouth. The bigger skimmer was hooked outside the mouth, so I feel like he was foul hooked as well. And obviously that one was just foul hooked there, and I've just bumped another fish. So before that I bumped another fish. I've just got off my box and I've gone down to a smaller sorry, a lighter elastic, not a smaller elastic, but a lighter elastic. And I've gone up to a 4mm on the hook, so I've already fishing 2mm on the hook. The 2mm are quite difficult to keep on the hook for some reason. It's down the hook so well, and try and see if I get a bite on a 4mm. So I felt like that would. And I have had another little Crucian F1 stocky fish on the 4mm, so I thought I'd stick with that now, because it seems to have deterred the roach that were taking the 2mm. And since I put the 4mm on, I have had 2 bream and 2 skimmers and a Crucian, so the fish are better. Nobody's catching carp at the minute, so I'm not going to worry about falling behind carp. People that are catching carp, or not that I know of. So far I know of a couple of people have one. But people are going to get one in the first hour. So whether they can get any more to follow is the secret. So at the moment I'm not sure. I might see if that's another little dip there. Just wondering whether these fish are on the bottom or not, but we'll find out now. This one, that felt like it was on the bottom. It is definitely towing ever so slightly right to left, and when the wind stops I do pick up the tow with the float. It doesn't seem to be hurting actually. I do seem to get a few bites when the tow's down. There's a nice little crewy. There's a fish that have been stocked now. So in order to, what I've done is I've got a shot on the up length. I don't do 4-inch up lengths very often. I'll just stick with 6-inch and then put a shot on the up length if I want. You know, we're not catching big fish that are going to break me. I'm not worried about that shot weakening the up length enough to cause me any problems. And it's a start anyway, it's going to be lightly nipped on, so I can just, you know, move it around if I want out a bit closer or further away. I'm wondering at the minute whether that's costing me seeing the skimmer bites. One of the skimmers that I've caught just sitting over the bait, as skimmers do sometimes. And it might be that every now and again, when I top up the feed, I might get a skimmer that's just gone down and followed it down quickly, and then I don't get skimmers again. I'm getting a mixed bag, and I'm just going to keep sticking at it. I'm not going to do anything rash. I've hardly fed any bait. I've had 2 pinches. I think a pinch at the start, or sort of half one of the little pots. I've got an end of my pole of 1 mils, and then since then I've topped it up once with. This time I squeezed a ball, so I felt like with all the tow and the wind and everything going on, the 1 mil was sinking. They sink quite slow. I chucked him in the side and watched me, thinking I'm not sure where they're landing. So I've squeezed him as a ball. Because it's winter, I don't want to be spreading fish too much, because I don't feel like there's not going to be that many feeding down there. I'm just going to want to try and nail what I can. I've got quite a positive, like number 10, I shot near the hook. Just want to see the bites, and the wind and the ripple, everything looks like a bite, so I might be missing a few fish because of it, but at least when I get a bite, it's boom. The float moves, you know, noticeably, because the fish are moving that number 10 shot. So I'm picking up odd fish. I'm not, you know, I'm not winning or anything, I don't think, but I'm having fun. I'm getting bites, which is, you know, part of coming out and fishing with the club, is enjoying yourself. And I like to get bites when I'm out fishing. I don't often like to sit for 4 or 5 bites all day. Tends to bore me. So just thought I'd give you a quick up there why I had that skimmer. When I hooked it, I thought it was a bigger fish, but when I brought it to the side, it was a foul hooked skimmer. I thought it might be a small carp. But just give you a bit of something to see, don't it, guys? And I'll get back to you in a bit. Alright guys, we're just over 2 hours in. I saw some carp moving up the far bank, tight over, so I shalloed up my dobbing rig and I went over there to see if I could dob one, but I couldn't. I did top up my my pellet line whilst I was doing that. I had 15-20 minutes at it, but I couldn't seem to get any indications. There's definitely some fish over there, but they're not really interested in the bread, so I decided to go back over me. Back over my pellet line, and straight away I had a Crucian and a skimmer, which was nice. So a Crucian and a skimmer. And then it's gone quiet again, so I've decided that I need another. Oh, there's 3 or 4 carp over at the moment. I can see them in the bay over there, cruising up and down. Just checking that my bottom's still nice and plumbed up. So yeah, I'm just going to go and set up another line with the pellet on and see whether or not I can just like steal a couple of fish off each. Just try and improve the catch rate a little. So I feel like just need to catch a bit more. Yeah, there's a group of carp and they've just cruised along. They're out there now. They're just cruising really, really slowly. I dumped a bit of bread right in the middle of them last time and I didn't even stop and look at it. So I'm not going to waste my time. I am at the moment just starting to think about a corn fed line for trying to catch some better fish in the last couple of hours. But I don't know about that yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and feed this new line with the pot. The big pot, not because I'm putting a lot of bait in, but just because. Just because it's easier than trying to struggle. I'm going to have to go out and have another look at these carp in it. There's an absolute mega ball on that there. I can just drop some bread in amongst them and nick one. It'd be worth its weight in gold. So I've dropped that in on the spot. Now I've got 2 lines with a bit of pellet on. I'm going to have a really quick go at this carp that are cruising over there. Just because I can't resist the temptation. It's not exactly erratic. I'm not exactly catching fast, so if I don't catch anything. Can't see them again now, I think I know where they are. There's a couple of ghosties in amongst them and you can just pick the ghosties out. But they're not swimming, they're actually doing like little mini circles. I'm punching out some nice big cube cylinders, circles. Just look good one. Making sure it sinks nicely, and just shipping that straight out. Put some extra sections on. I've got a really long lash and I'm just flicking it into them so it doesn't make any noise. I feel like I've missed my chance. I can't see him again there. Maybe I've missed my chance. Oh, I think that's one there. Just pick that out. It's almost like trying to mug him. It's so difficult. I mean, the wind's not too bad at the moment. I say that just as I say that, the wind gets up. This is what the problem is. I mean, your pole's almost unholdable at 13 at times, let alone 16. Oh, there's one. Just flick it in amongst them, see if we can have it. As long as that's just keeping the pole out of the way so that we don't spook them. Let's see a few more. Right in front of them. 4 or 5 fish just swam right up to it there. They're just swimming up either side of the float and they're gone. Oh, no one's had it. Has one had it? I think more than had it. See, that's the thing with these fish, you're thinking, they've gone past, but you can only see the ghosties. You can't see the black ones in amongst them in this light. Well, you are mugging in November with bread. Who would have thunk it? That was worth it, weren't it? So there you are. I was chatting to you guys, and I've already tried this once and failed miserably. But that was a really big group of fish. We'll find out in a minute whether he's foul up got a bit. Oh, he's fighting. I don't think he is. I think he's had that. Good and proper. Just trying to get him out from the platform. Well, I'm glad the camera's rolling while that happened. Hopefully, got some good footage of it. I think there's an eel, this one does. He's doing some right twisting. He's not hooked in the mouth, he's just hooked just outside the mouth. I'm going to say he went for it and I pulled the bait out of his mouth and hooked him. He's only, what, £3, isn't he? £3. I'll take that. I have to keep my eye out for those fish and see if I can mug them again, anyway. I think I can see one now. Let's see if we can get another. Yeah, so that's probably doubled my weight, that fish, on 12:15, so two and a quarter hours in. I've had probably 4 okay skimmers, maybe 2 or 3 Crucians, and some roach. Just gone over me after that carp, I've just gone back, had another little look, tried to get another one, but I can't see him anymore. Just wait for him to come back. I'm back over my skimmer line, and had him, just nicked him in the lip. That's over the line that I've been fishing for a while. I haven't topped it up or anything. Just left it. So after I came off, or before I went over, was it before I went over, came back? I can't remember. I've started up another line with the pellet. I mean, I've fed such a small amount of bait down this line today, and the fish still seem to be on it, over it. So it's very interesting. Not really ever caught. I mean, I've been fishing over this line on and off for 2 hours, and I've caught over it. And you know, the amount of bait that's gone down on the line is minuscule. It's amazing how long you can catch over a little bit of bait for. Try a maggot and a pinky. I've even tried pinky over this line, but they don't want either today. They want the pellet expander. Seems like if you give it a rest like I just have and then go back over it, you get a fish. So hopefully what I can do is take a couple of fish off this line and then rest it, and then take a couple of fish off the other line and rest it. And instead of just taking 2 fish and then having to wait 10-15 minutes for a bite, I can sort of, you know, hopefully catch more. But I mean, I might not get another bite over the other line, I don't know, do I yet? It's been hard. I've tried all different sorts of bait today, but definitely expander's the one they want, especially the skimmers. Even the roach I caught on expander. Right everyone, we've got an hour and a half to go. Not a fat lot of excitement happening between now and then. I'll have a little go at some carp out. Got some carp out there cruising about shallow. Try to go at dobbing for them or what. I'm going to stick a bit of, I'm going to try my bomb. So what I've done is I'm in about 22 mines at the minute, not just 2 mines. So I've topped up my pellet line down the middle, and I've fed 2 lines down to me right. New lines that I've not had put any bait on all day. Just down to one down to quite close to the next platform, and another one halfway between me and the next platform. Fed them quite heavily with bit of ground bait, maggots, etc. I'm going to have a look on those in a minute, but I just want to give them a little time to settle. So I thought I'd swing see if I can swing this out. Flick this out back there. That'll do. And just see if give it 10 minutes and just see if something has it in the next 10 minutes. Just 3 bits of punch bread, just like we were doing the other day at Shipley. I think the strap's just pinged off on me chest cam, which is not helpful. Keeps doing that at the moment. We'll just give that our while. We're on 23 minutes past, we'll get up to half past. Knock around, then we'll go and try one of these lines down the edges. But there's carp going in and out of the holes over there. And so, you know, trying to hold a suspender bait for them is just, with the pole line is impossible, because you need a long line to keep a pole tip away from the fish, but then the wind's just blowing it around. If you try a short line, the wind just blows your pole tip around, you can't win either way. So it's just too windy for anything except the bomb. So we're going to chuck the bomb out. If it goes round, you'll know, because you'll see me here with the fish on in a minute. Hello everyone, an hour to go and it's still pants. I feel like now I may have been overly positive in the last sort of half an hour or so and just put a bit of bait in a few spots, and it might not have been the thing to do. I think my bait's fell off, which is not good. Yeah, so I've topped up my pellet line, but I ain't had a bite over it since. Topped it up with more than I've topped it up with all day, just as a let it sit and wait. On my 2 lines down, I set 2 lines up down the edge, down the right, with maggots and ground bait in. These pellets are over soaked now, they're just ruined. I've had 1 bite over those and 1 roach. That's it. 1 bite, which was a roach. Still got them left to sell, still got an hour to go, so still time for fish to come over them. But at the moment, I'm just feeling like it's not going to happen. I'm just going back over now this pellet line. This is the pellet line that I caught most of my fish from. Well, every fish apart from that 1 carp. It's come off this line. I had another pellet line that I opened up to the right a little bit. It's just never really produced the same. Bizarre, really. This line's just been the one. But even this line's just stopped. Don't think I'm doing a fat lot wrong. Everybody else is struggling as well. I've been pinging some corn up against the island in between sort of shipping in and shipping out and that. I don't know if that was a bite or that was me. So I will probably flip the lead with some corn up the far bank the last 10 or 15 minutes if I can't get a bite anywhere else. I'll just see whether I can nick a fish at the end while I'm packing away. Get packed away nice and early then. That's it really, there's absolutely nothing else to report. It's so hard to talk to you about anything because nothing's happening. Everything you try isn't resulting in a bite. Can't get a bite on a pinky, can't get a bite on a maggot, can't get a bite on half a pellet. You know, the only fish you can target, a roach at the moment, seem to be catchable, but they're not going to win you anything because a couple of people have nicked hot carp. So just gotta keep plugging away at what I was doing before and hope that this line that I've overfed sort of comes back a bit. Maybe the fish that are there will start to clear it out a bit and I'll start to get some bites then. Them little Crucians and them little Skimmers, they're not the sort of fish that will run away because you fed them. You don't get bites from them because there's too much bait in the swim, and the chances of them picking out your bait minimal. That's more likely what's happened. Or they're filled up and they're all gone, but can't see that being the case. Oh, something's had it there. It winged one on. So maybe this pellet line is something I can just sit on. And just this is one of those little Crucian things, I think. Yeah. So we've had 6-7 of these up throughout the day. Definitely worth catching.